Net Total Information Multimedia presents TopNet. Right now we enter TopNet with the best of Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas, with the positive characters and events that make our community move forward for better coexistence. Join TopNet. Your friend Joaquin Garcia. Vale remains with you. It's a great pleasure to greet you this Friday. Friday, March 28, 2025. What a pleasure to be with you. How good that you are here with us and after this super program of De Islo Directo. Here we are and it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and like every Friday our analyst joins us. Journalist, commentator, and with many facets. Mr. Gerardo Esmela and Maricela. How are you, Gerardo? How nice to meet you again. Our friends from Hilo Directo who are bragging that they are 23 years old. I don't know how many years you and I have been together doing radio, especially here at RadioNet. Joaquin, do you remember? No, and at RadioNet we have been more than 20 years old or much more, because we were there. We are 27, so that you see, gentlemen say it directly, they have permission to come back up the stairs and come to tell us then congratulations when we celebrate, because they say that today they celebrate and that on Monday they are not even going to show up because they will still be partying, I imagine. But how many know? But well, it is that it is different. It is different, yes, he has his 23 years very well fulfilled. We are a little older, but the reality is that we are on the best station. Both of them and some other programs have also been there for a long time. And the important thing is that we have a very, very cool audience that has accompanied us many since those years, right? And how nice. How nice that you're with us, friends. How was your transportation? How was your day? It's hot. Oh, if I tell you everything we've done here with Maricela. My owner of my checkbook, as I always call her, and my executive producer of the show. As owner of your checkbook, owner of your heart. Which checkbook? Well, but if I say that like that, they're going to think that my heart is with money, and they're not two different things, Joaquin. That's why. But now from your heart, from your feelings, from your emotions, which I tell you, son of Maricela. How good that you have it there, that it holds up. Sorry, what Joaquin wanted to say in Mexican style is that he won the lottery. But let's leave it at that. I wanted to. No, the truth is that it is a love. Hey, I said it on the radio. My God, the thousands of people who have heard the confession. When they tell you never, you don't say anything affectionate to me, gentlemen. Of listeners right now, they are listening to us even in Argentina, Joaquin. Okay, that's it, I already confessed, so that's it. I already said it. I remembered a moment ago talking about Argentina of a touching anecdote that also happened to another member of my family. There, because a person who went to a Mexican restaurant many years ago, and the young lady who wanted to show off her great knowledge of international cuisine told him that the little sauce he had in front of him was that dressing. It was called Pico del Oro. Not Pico de Gallo, Pico del Oro, and today they served us a meal here that had Pico del Gallo, and I remembered anecdote. Imagine the laughter. That lady brings me Pico del Oro. But well, in 20-something years more or less, they say that the Teslas are going to put lightning bolts back on. I'm only on RadioNet here, but speaking very seriously, it is very important, to highlight it, because there are programs that come and go. There are stations that play music that becomes fashionable and then goes out of fashion. But talk radio has a very, very special place in the hearts and brains of the people who listen to us. People pay attention to us. We are not just company. We are reflection, I hope. Okay, sometimes we do. Sometimes they congratulate us, but it's a very nice feeling to know that we're talking to a lot of people and we're helping them see. To form opinions, too. Change their mood sometimes. Speaking of mood, you asked me how today was. The highlight was we received an invitation from the Border Patrol. Where we have friends, we don't always agree on certain points of view. But we get along, and they invited us to go there where there are some hills. One like dunes on the other side of. A little further towards San Geronimo. I don't know exactly what it's called. But there's an international marker up there very clear. Like a pyramid that I know can be seen from everywhere. We're high. What was the reason? Now I'm going to tell you after the first cut. I'm going to look it up carefully, the name of the tank. The little truck that introduced us to society. And I felt like I was in the middle of a field. All of the army, of everything. That if the borders are not defended, if there is no security at the borders, there is no security in the nation, and I don't know how much more, and people from the Department of Defense had so much equipment on them that I don't know how. The gentlemen from the United States Armed Forces could walk with it. They brought for the moment 2 of these little tanks that can carry up to 10 people inside. According to what they tell me, I don't know how they get them in, but they say they could fit 10 people, enormous, under pressure. Tell me, they get them in under pressure. No, yes, I've been hearing that they are like little tanks that have 8 wheels. Something like that, 8 sets of wheels. Ah, grenade launchers, and you were seeing them from the other side. Now I understand, because from up there we could see the little trains from both sides. The Mexican side with the highway, everything. Invite the media. There were some Mexican media, in fact, to see. But you know how it is. We have covered the screens so that for security reasons. Their capabilities are not known. They can take photos from this angle. But not from the other, because if you can't see inside, no, they don't shoot according to what they say. But that its function is detection. But it's interesting because, we're talking with our friend Claudio, who sometimes participates in our program. And he's telling us about what they call encounters. That is, when they come across immigrants, allow me to call them irregular. I don't like to use the word illegal, at most undocumented. So the encounters that last year at this time were around 150 in this sector per day. In these places, you understand. Not those who cross through the famous gate number X who came in droves. And they say that they had already dropped before this to around 40 a day, from 150 to 40 due to the application of another series of measures. It's not only that they can't find them now, better, less, or whatever you like what your analysis tells you, but simply because the message that the doors are not open as you told them, it seems to be permeating. It's something that gives rise to much more analysis. Even our colleagues from the previous program are talking about what's happening in El Salvador and Bucali, and in short, things like that we will gladly discuss in the next block. But these devices arrived here 48 hours ago, and they say that the effect, in English it is called deterrent, of detention is so great when those who intend to cross the border irregularly see it, that they fell to 0. I don't know how long it will last. Surely pressure is building from people who have not crossed yet or have not tried. But anyway, it dropped to 0. I see it as disproportionate, I told you. I have no problem in a friendly and professional way telling them, listen, this is a little bit, and in a friendly and professional way, and I can't say who. We are under orders to say this, and they came with little pieces of paper. When they had to read what they had to say, you can see it on television. It will be on the news in a little while on all the channels in the region, including Mexican ones. What they said was, reading a little piece of paper. There were things that personally caught my attention and I told them. Those of the Army of Instrument of Defense, not those of the Border Patrol who have a little more sensitivity. Despite what it seems, they said, our function is to defend the southern border of the United States. And I looked at it and said in the North. The function of all these institutions is to protect the border. If we assume that patriotic point and all that thing of the discourse, but that thing of almost fanaticism of trying to look good. On the one hand, there's the public that doesn't understand what's happening at the border because it's far away and they think things are happening that aren't true, and certain higher authorities who don't know, and don't want to know, and you understand what I mean. It makes people say things that only serve to inflame things, and it made you want to say, long live the country. We had a helicopter that flew over us several times, almost on purpose. Take a picture here. Maybe one is of the age and the experience one has to realize that one is looking at something that, while it exists and while it is necessary. Gentlemen, I don't want to sound like I'm against it because I am, or in favor because it is necessary, and it is necessary that the two countries come to an agreement on how we're going to tone this down a bit from its origins, from its causes. No, in the end, no, not to stop him right at the border. We can talk about that in the next block. But also to tone down the spectacle. Put on a bit so that people like Mr. Trump and his, I'm biting the tip of my tongue, I almost said henchmen. Okay, thank goodness I didn't. His accomplices, thanks Joaquin. Thank you, your years of experience get me out of tight spots many times. Okay, hey Gerardo, just now you're talking about that. We have to go to the court and well, what you experienced is very interesting. It seems to me that because of my vision problem. But I heard the description of those so-called tanks. That at any given moment I don't know how many people they can kill. It's impressive, their function is grenades and more. Wait, come on, that's like the cartoon of what it really is. I asked specifically. They said, no, the function of that is to detect and notify the Border Patrol. That thing is operated by the Department of Defense. Okay, so it has some cameras that rotate that. You tell me right now because we have to go to the court. We'll come back right now. What I do tell you, Joaquin, is that I have shoes that are not known what color they are from the dust that the sand that was floating there. I won't even tell you. We'll come back now and continue talking. The good thing is that you are very much alive here with us. Here we are here and now enjoying life. We'll come back now. In the top net we await your opinion. Call us at 6290961. Help us meet more people.